Okay folks, this will be an interesting one, a dazzling one. Let's see what we do. I'm going to leave it on 100. Going to leave out the contrast. Okay, let's see what it is we have here. We have here, I've got it round the wrong way. I normally like to show my clothing and especially my dresses and shit this way. I like to put this to the head on the left for some reason. I know I'm being a bit pedantic, but it is a children's dress, sequined dress. I'm just trying to present it nicely. Fuck it, I can't be bothered. It's pretty much what that side is. Sorry about the fart arsing around. So that's it there. So we're just going to quickly, I just have to play with the buttons so that I don't lose my settings. And we're just going to move this around, going to slip and slide it around with all these lovely sequins. So we're going to just slip and slide it. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks interesting. A little bit boring, but we could use this as a master copy and elaborate on it. So we just take this and put it away, put it where the clothing will go for the time being, and we're just going to use this as our master copy. But I'll tell you one thing, folks, I am missing a loved one. I'm missing him dearly. His name is Luigi, and he also shares my passion for photocopiers and the creative use of them. Furthermore, he's interested in the design of the equipment as well. So I really miss him, and I'm really lonely. I'm trying to find him to get in touch. Now that looks really quite nice. That does. I'm really trying to get in touch with Luigi. It's not as easy as it looks. Trying to find a person that you love, you lost, and you just love to pieces. That it's really difficult trying to locate a loved one when you don't have their phone number or their address. I don't even remember his surname exactly. I know it begins with B and it's an Italian name. Benedictine or Beneditio or whatever his name is. I don't know Luigi's actual name. Now that looks really quite nice. So I'm really lonely without him, and I'm trying to get in touch with him using free-to-air TV, the primetime news slot. I'm trying to get into, we're using this, I'm trying to get into the primetime news slot, and it's really not an easy thing to do, trying to get there. I'm hoping that he'll be reunited with me. Now this should be a really good piece we can make. But basically I'm really lonely without my partner. It really hurts to be away from him. So I'm trying my best to put my stuff in there. Trying my best, folks, to make something of this. Yeah, that looks really quite nice, actually. Wondering which one we're going to use. That looks really nice, but it's not finished. I'm going to try another one. But I really miss Luigi, and I really miss being. I haven't actually spent much time with him. Last time we spoke was back in 1992, and when I was in 1993, I was thinking of using the calling card that Luigi had given to me, which said, "When you need a friend." And basically I should have rung the number that was on that card, his number, and I ended up tossing it out. For some stupid reason, I felt the need to get rid of that number. Wondering if we're going to use this or we're not. I don't know how this is going to work. Sometimes these demos just drag on. I know that this one's a good one, but basically I'm really lonely without Luigi, and I'm trying my best to get this shit to go to free-to-air TV and to do it as soon as possible. I really miss him, miss Luigi, and it's really sad to be alone as long as I have been. I like that area there. Just wondering if maybe we could take this and enlarge it. Maybe that's the one we're going to use. But basically I get very, very, very lonely, and it really, really hurts to be without him. It really does. And I'm really trying my best to put my right foot forward and produce this stuff so I can find him. Because I know he loves me. I know he hasn't given up on me, even though he had every reason to, every possibility, every need, not need, every... Because most people don't have that kind of patience. If they've fucked up in the past, if their loved one if this kind of loss has happened to a typical couple, the man would have left the woman behind, or vice versa. And they wouldn't have tried to get back together. They just move on. Luigi doesn't move on. He's not that kind of guy. He's a man who would never move on just because I fucked up. He's not like that. He's not that kind of person. Now I'm wondering which way that goes. I don't know if I like it, to be honest, folks. I don't know what to do with this one, folks. But basically, I really feel lonely without Luigi. Wondering if we're going to use maybe that section there. This is a difficult one, folks. I don't know if I've made this a good piece. I'm just thinking maybe that could go on an angle. I can angle it. I've done this kind of thing before. So I'm going to angle it. I'm going to just put it on the glass in the corner and angle it and maybe enlarge it 400%. But basically, I'm missing this person. It really hurts to be away from someone that you really care about and someone that cares about you. So, I'm trying my best to do my demos as well as I can almost. Well, that looks interesting, but again, now that's 400%. That's a huge enlargement, but it's not large enough for this. But basically, it gets extremely lonely without this person. So yeah, I'm trying to get this on the free-to-air TV, even though COVID-19 and other items take up the space where this one should go, or I think it should go. Anyway, that looks really quite nice, but it's still not quite what I'm after. I think I'll have to enlarge it bigger. I'll have to blow it up bigger, maybe take that section there. But basically, it gets very, very lonely without a loved one. It gets very lonely, it's sad, it's depressing. You just can't find solace in being alone. Loneliness is really not something I'm good at dealing with. It really is a difficult pill to take, being on your own, being alone and all that. Now hopefully this will work. But I'm really feeling lonely and depressed about being away from Luigi. I just can't be happy. Even the music can't cheer me up very often. I don't feel musical. I see music as a way of enjoying when your life's happy and all that. The music seems to play better, but without the happiness, without the sense of being with someone, the music doesn't seem to be there. And it's really difficult dealing with this, dealing with the loneliness. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm sort of thinking I should have kept going with the smaller pieces. Anyway, that's looking quite nice. I'm actually thinking maybe moving it up a bit into the corner. A bit more, yeah. But I really get lonely and it really hurts to be away from someone that you really care about and who you know cares about you. It's not an easy thing to deal with, being as lonely as this. But, you know, it's like sometimes you have to take it. I'm wondering where. I've got a feeling this one might be a dud demo that I should have kept going. I don't know. I don't know if this will be a good demo. That looks better. That looks a lot better. So wondering if we're going to enlarge it bigger. Maybe enlarge it bigger. But I really get lonely and I'm trying my best to... Now why is it doing that? Why don't I just fuck it up? I'm wishing I had kept going with the original picture, because I could have found eventually a good one. I don't know if this is going to be any good, but some demos are like that, folks. Some demos just don't go as well as you'd like them to go. Maybe enlarge, push it up a bit more, or maybe we're going to run with it. We'll see how we go. Sometimes it's a bit of a leap of faith. Sometimes you think something's going to look shit, and it looks brilliant when you put it together, because sometimes you just don't know until you've assembled it and you find that it turned out a lot better than you expected. You thought it was going to be a piece of fucking shit. Then you find out it turns out to be a fucking gold nugget, so to speak. A real gold nugget. But I'm really missing my partner Luigi, and I'm trying my best to present this creativity to the world. Luigi shares my passion for photocopier technology. He'll know it's me, and he will get in touch with me somehow using television. He'll probably put up a message or something, for all we know. He'll probably put up a message to say where to go to find him. So I'm going to look for him when we get the necessary information. So hopefully this will turn up looking really nice. This will look really quite large and bold. Anyway, yeah, that's really bold. That's really big and bold. I think now we can call this demo quits.